Well, this is one of those instances where there's really only so much you can do with a vacuum. I know where these are going. So I cleaned it out pretty good. It's a long way from where I would like it to be. This carpet's going to have to come out. I'm pretty sure there's some mold in some areas. Back here it doesn't look as bad, but it wasn't really too bad back here. The back seat's really not all that bad either. And here's the front. That seat's gonna go for sure. And this carpet, as you can see, it's torn pretty bad up here. It's pretty dirty. Over here is just atrocious dirt, cigarette ash everywhere. In fact, right there in the middle of that rubber heel part, there was some sort of fluid there that was all absorbed into dirt and stuff, and I got that with the shop vac. But overall, this thing's in pretty bad shape here inside. It smells bad. I don't really foresee any other options. This seat I think is savable. Good cleaning and it'll probably be fine. This one is just, it's just gone. I mean, even if I did have it reupholstered, just the smell, it's just bad all the way around. Thankfully, our local pick and pull here is having a half-off sale sometime in August, so that'll be good. Apparently, seats out of the Mustang Fox bodies will fit. Same with the Mercury Lynx, and I believe the Ford Tempo and Topaz seats will fit into this thing. Trying to still figure out if there's any other Ford vehicles that'll work for me, but not really too sure about that. The dash is pretty well screwed up. Haven't yet decided what I'm gonna do with this thing. It needs some work in the inside. This is kind of funny. This is one of those vehicles that I've received that it's usually the other way around. It's usually, aside from that Datsun that I had, it's usually the motors that are in need of work, not the interior. Well, so this is what I'm doing now. As you guys can see, it's got a hose clamp here. It goes from the top of the motor, well, the hose anyways, goes from the top to the bottom. You guys probably just saw that drip. This hose that he's got on here is just slightly too big. What he did was he bypassed the heater core to get it over here. So this hose right here is running, where is it? Down to there. There you go, right there in the middle of your screen. So he's got it running from the top to the bottom of the motor, bypassing the heater core. Well, he's just got a universal hose on here that's looks to be just a size too big, and up here it's leaking, and I can only assume it's leaking down below as well. So over time it'll leak all the fluid out of the radiator, which is what it's been doing the past couple days or so. So that's gonna have to get sorted. I do have a new heater core here on the way, and that shouldn't be too big of a deal when I get around to fixing that. In fact, I can show you guys just how easy it is. Here's a glove box. This is one of the easy heater cores. It's right behind that panel right there. So it's not all that difficult to get to, at least. Gotta love cheap American 80s cars. They weren't the best build quality, but at least they were easy to work on. I'll give them that much. Went around and vacuumed just a little bit more. Made sure to get the rear hatch area pretty good. Clean this up really well. This cleaned up a lot better than the front, so I won't need to replace this, which I highly doubt you can get these anymore without custom making one yourself, which wouldn't be too difficult, but just one more thing to do. So we got a handle right here. Let's go ahead and give her a start. That one works. Gotta give this car one thing. At least it starts up every time I try and start it. Also needs a clamp here on the PCV hose. Not too big of a deal. Thing sounds like a diesel. This doesn't even work. I just had it up to help clean it out. Just gonna take it for a quick drive. Oh yeah, should have washed off the windshield before I left, but oh well. Brake light's coming on, but that's because the e-brake doesn't work. Where's this damn? There we go. Seems to stop okay. Shift's okay too for what it is. Definitely needs an alignment. Now, apparently this thing actually had the transmission rebuilt in it at one point. At 55 miles an hour, we're at 2,500 RPM. Brakes work just fine, actually. Got a little bit of vibration in the front, but that's one of the reasons why I ordered that new transmission mount. So, doesn't seem too bad. At least for how much I paid for it. I'm only going to be putting so far about 50 bucks into it, so we'll see what happens, boys. And so just got back to the house. Runs just fine. Looks like shit. But hey, for 300 bucks and about 50 bucks so far in parts, this is kind of annoying. Can't really go too wrong with this thing. Didn't expect to buy it. Not from him anyways. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You all stay classy.